Following the teleportation outside of the sunken tower, you all find yourselves outside of the city walls of Alron. Kipson looks around. Wow, they have significantly upgraded. Before you stands a massive city. Almost looks like a fortress in and of itself. The walls climb high into the sky. Everything is built in these blocky formations that give off just this vibe of no one shall enter.
Got it.
But, so, what are you going to be up to with all this then?
A lot of exploring. Honestly,
Huh?
probably go into the city with you guys, check a few things out, and then I'll do my rounds around all the other cities and see what's going on.
Okay.
Eventually, I
If
should
you,
probably talk to my mom, but she could probably wait.
Yeah. If you end up making your way north, and you end up in Frostwind, drop our name, you should at least get a nice welcome.
Good to know.
I guess we're not parting ways yet, are we? Or
Oh, we don't have to yet. I mean, clearly the city's improved. I'd like to at least see what new stores they've added, what new bars. I mean,
it's
Who
a
wants-
world.
Who wants to visit a library?
ooh, I like libraries.
Morgan.
Especially given
Oh.
what we've been through, I feel like we could stock up on some mental ammunition.
If your title, I look over to Kitson. If your title wouldn't get you in the library, we have passes, right? It's here. This is where that library is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably going to avoid using my actual name for a while.
I highly recommend it.
I was going to ask. I didn't know if we were passing, like, if you wanted to. If I happen to go to your mother first before you, which it sounds like I will, would you like me to be discreet?
No, I don't care.
Or okay, I just
I mean, really, I should go to her, but if she comes to me, that's fine too.
honestly, you deserve to be the one she comes to.
I mean,
She
she left
locked
me
you
alone
away
for
for
2,000 years, so
2,000 years. Yeah, you kind of deserve a little bit of a. Yeah, you do you, girl.
She can take the initiative this time.
yeah, you'd think I know what I'd want to say after. I guess it was only 5 years my time, but still.
Hey, let's go cross this shit together at the library. We got you a hall pass.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Let's find this motherfucking mafia-ass library.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
All right.
Mafia.
You make your way into the city. It doesn't take much for you to get past the gate guard, displaying your Morrow crest. They let you in without any other hesitation, not checking or investigating any of your belongings. And you make your way inside. The city, much like Mornstar, is very busy. It's compact, built like a fortress. All the buildings are rough in their very hard geometric shapes that they embody. There's no room for any art or any sort of stylistic pieces here. It's all built for function, for purpose. It doesn't take you too long before eventually you find fairly large property nested on the west side of town. Completely gated. You see these very fine gardens surrounding this massive building that is the only piece within the city that you've come across so far that has any sort of individuality to it. At the very front, you see a little sign that's been placarded on the gates that just says Morrow Estate.
Right. Well, I'll make my way forward.
You make your way forward, and before you see these two guards at the front, dressed in different colors than the rest of the Hold Guard of Alwaron. Upon your approach, they kind of hold out their hands to halt you. Hold. What is your purpose in visiting the Morrow Estate?
We were told we'd have access to a library.
They kind of look to each other. Right. In you go. And they open up the gate and motion you in.
Thank you. Just make our way in.
Making our way.
You make your way through these very finely crafted gardens, eventually arriving to this large set of double doors at the main building, where a servant waits at the door. Welcome to the Morrow Estate, and they push the doors open.
Yes.
Brynja is trying. No, you know what? She's not. She looks so uncomfortable with everything that's going on. She doesn't even have enough energy to try to fake it till you make it. She just looks
The mask
uncomfortable.
is down.
Yeah, she just looks. She's like trying to find a distraction for shit. That's why she was like, "Oh, library distraction, sure." And then she's thinking to herself, "I can barely fucking read. What the fuck am I doing? This is."
Why didn't I make this my distraction? What the fuck?
You make your way inside, and upon entering, you find yourselves in this main antechamber, where you wait for a couple moments before one of the doors opens, and you see stepping out black hair that kind of runs down to the shoulders, deep blue eyes, looks
Yup.
almost exactly like Bo, if you recall.
Yep.
Different
Yeah,
haircut,
say,
though.
Is this another?
Yup. Hi.
Welcome to the Morrow Estate and Library. What can I do for you?
We've been traveling a long time, and we have quite an array of questions on our own minds, and so we figured we'd stop here, seeing if we could find some answers.
Oh, yes. I've heard a lot about all of you. Please, this way.
Follow?
I give Raina a side. I give Raina a side look because I assume we're kind of like in the back, like. Yeah, I give Raina.
Yeah, I'm looking back
I know.
like, that's concerning.
Yup.
It's not suspicious.
I don't like
Suspicious.
that.
That's weird.
You follow this bow-like copy through the hallways of intricate paintings and pottery, all sorts of displays of the wealth of the Morrow family. Eventually, you find your way to a set of doors that kind of opens up, and as you enter, you see a bit of a smaller room, but on the inside, in the very corner, there's this large desk with this massive chair, completely cushioned with all kinds of pillows. on the far end of the wall is a large set of bookshelves, most of which are empty. But in the chair, you see a figure half asleep, hair pulled back, completely black, blue eyes, book in hand, almost passed out in their chair. And as you enter, the bow copy speaks up. Master Vernick, they are here.
Shit.
She mentioned a brother. Shit.
Yeah, I was like, this is
Wait,
another
she did.
sibling.
Fuck.
I was in the
Right.
middle of like being like, should we maybe not do this? And then like interaction to go into the library happened, and I'm like, okay.
Vernick kind of stirs in his chair and he seats himself upright. He looks very young, probably early 20s if you had a guess. Oh,
Does he look like the youngest sibling we've seen so
absolutely.
far? Okay.
Sick.
Probably moisturizes with the blood of the pores.
Oh,
What was that, Morgan? Nothing.
wonderful, you made it. My sister wrote to me, told me to expect you. But, you must be, Brynja. Brayna, Morgan, Craig, and...
Oh, Reese is fine.
Reese, okay. And the other... you hear Kipson chime in. Hala. Right. Well, a pleasure to meet all of you. Hopefully your journeys haven't been too terrible.
So far, no. Yeah, I'm assuming. Okay. We came to access the library, see if we could do some research while we were here.
Yeah, absolutely, of course. Yeah, I could show you. And he gets up out of his chair and kind of has this like a slight stumble to his walk as he moves. Bags under his
smell-
eyes. You smell alcohol on him.
I was just about to say, do I with my kitty nose and my alcoholic,
Oh, yeah.
whatever, do I smell? Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Well,
I'm gonna-
as he kind of like guides you through the halls. Well, how was your visit with my sister? Yeah, she can be kind of a bitch.
Good. I'm glad we're on the same page. Then.
Bless. All right.
Better than I was anticipating.
Yeah.
Considering we're here, pretty good, I would guess.
We're still alive. Pretty good.
I'd like to imagine that you're probably fluffing that too. Anyways,
Well,
and
we will not disrespect your family in your own house.
No.
They...
understood. And he pushes open a large set of double doors that opens up into this massive space just full of bookshelves as far as you can see. This is the Morrow Library. Culmination of, well, I think a millennia is what Grandma said.
Oh. That's impressive.
Impressive.
Really quick, how far back would a millennia go?
A millennia would take you at least partly into the dead years.
Ooh, okay. Interesting. Okay.
Oh.
Noted.
Start looking for the forbidden shit. Where's the forbidden room?
Which, as a reminder, it goes the Elden Era, which is pre-immortality, the First Era, the Dead Years, Second Era.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's
Okay.
nothing but still.
Yep. All right. Well, any recommendations on your end, or are we just left to our own devices?
Completely left to your own devices. There's a door way at the back over there. That is my personal study. Please do not go in there. Outside of that, you're free to explore.
Right?
I also
Oh,
wouldn't recommend trying to get into there. I've got a lot of powerful magics. They will kill you.
Noted. And thank you, turning to the blue-eyed motherfucker.
Yes, Bran. Sorry.
Bran.
Oh,
Interesting.
don't mind them. Yeah, I'm sure you've met Bo before. He's, they're all so nice. Hopefully Bo's treated you well. He's actually around here somewhere if you want to find him, but Bran is just as helpful of an assistant. If you need anything from them, just let them know, and they can absolutely guide you to whatever you need. What's ours is yours besides my study.
Right. Out of curiosity, have Bo and Bran met?
Briefly?
Interesting. Well, thank you.
Of course, just let either of us, three of us, know if you need anything.
What is this
I'm looking
brother's
for-
name again? Sorry.
Vernick.
Vernick, thank you.
Yeah. So there was Bo, Bran, and then did we get the name of that sketchy motherfucker that we met outside of here?
Are you talking about Barley?
Barley. Okay.
Barley! That's
So
it.
there's Bo, Bran. You met Theory's servant, Bryn, which gave Bryn a
yeah,
heart
which
attack.
threw. I gave me a heart attack.
And then there's
Yeah.
Barley.
Yeah. Okay. Whew. These motherfuckers.
Yeah. Dude, they got a machine just pumping them out. What the fuck is going on?
Probably.
I'm looking for anything Jotun related in this motherfucker.
You're gonna have to be more specific.
Oh, okay. Any accounts of, like, I don't know if there will be anything going that back, but accounts of the Jotun, before they were banished. Or anything from the conflict.
I'm going to just follow you, Reese, around and quote, quote, help you. And by help you, I mean, like, pick up a book once in a while and look at the pictures.
Yes.
So, just...
Yeah, I'll play research assistant to whoever wants it, but like, I got nothing to look for here.
I was wondering if I would be able to find a book on, oh my god, I just had their names pulled up. The Ambermains.
Oh, yes. Okay. Reese, go ahead and make me an academics roll with a +1. And then Crag, go ahead and make me an academics roll as well.
And just to be sure, if it's untrained, it is
A D4
a
minus
D4
2.
minus 2.
Yes.
D4 minus 2. So it's just a
But
D4
remember your
minus
wild die.
Yep.
Pray on that die.
I'm spending my second penny.
Before you
I'll
do
spend a
that,
penny too.
Oh. Before I do that,
may I? You do have a resource that you have not quite been utilizing. I can read.
I can read.
Okay.
Okay, I
Amberlin.
serve as your librarian
Oh my
to
God.
the Morrow Family Library, where all the pages are definitely not made out of human skin.
I mean, if Morgan would like to assist, that would be amazing. Because
You're
currently
gonna have to
I
find
am,
him.
yeah, currently I'm sitting at a 4.
There was a point about halfway through, a third of the way, a quarter of the way of Vernick's speech, where Morgan simply vanished.
Yeah, that tracks.
That's 100%. Yep.
In this
Yeah.
anime, you look down to him and there's just like the white outline.
The outline.
of
Yeah,
where he
like the
was.
dotted outline that just.
Yeah. Yeah, the flash.
Yeah.
But I would like to lend my assistance to these poor,
Unfortunate souls.
unfortunate souls. I forgot the word for.
Okay, with Brynja's, Raina's, and Morgan's help, I'll give each of you a +3.
Sick. So that makes that
On top of the
7.
-2, so it's only a +1.
Technically, yes.
Okay, then I got a 6.
Okay,
also got a 6.
cool. Okay. So Crag, you said you were looking for items related to the amber mains, yes?
Yes.
Okay. So you do find a book that in the front of it details what you do currently know about the amber mains in regards to how they were one of the oldest Dwarven clans in all Nyrverold. Armand was one of their like progeny who was deemed a hero. Armand faced some sort of threat, some vile beast from below, where he fought it endlessly into the dark depths and never heard from again. And in following, the Ambermains cut all their ties with the outside world and just basically disappeared underground. Since that has happened, there has been additional theorizing on where they could have gone. The most obvious answer is, of course, Merkerheim, Darkholm. But some of the major theories believe that they retreated to some of the large caverns beneath that hold large pools of water that are essentially like miniature oceans in their size to be able to provide for themselves and their families. It's unknown if Armin survived, but there has been multiple explorers down into Merkerheim that have located a multitude of different large sets of bones that could be this creature that Armand was fighting. So it is safe to assume that whatever this creature was, Armand did defeat. His ultimate fate after that is unclear. The general belief, though, is that his family and his clan did survive.
Okay. Cool.
And then Reese, you said you were looking for stuff related to the Jotun pre-exile. There's not a whole lot in regards to first-hand accounts. Again, mortality did not exist yet. So anything that is written down is either just theory, conjecture, or little tidbits and rumors that people have gained from listening to the gods speak, essentially. Is there anything specific you're looking for?
I was mainly looking for if there were any like names mentioned. I imagine that the Storm Mother is mentioned a couple times.
The Storm Mother is mentioned a couple times, definitely.
Okay. And if there are any other names, I'm basically looking for any like scraps that might be able to jumpstart anything in my brain.
Okay. You don't find a whole lot in regards to names that really like give you that spark.
Yeah.
You do come across like a lot of the big ticket names for, you know, giants that fathered or mothered the current living gods of Nyrverold. So like the cloud giant Skithru, or the fire giant Oathgrun. Those are some of the primary names that come up, but all the accounts you find have them as being killed during the Elder Conflict. You said you got a 6?
I did.
Okay. You do find some little tidbits of rumors that there's a potential theory that there may have been a subsect of the Elden gods that were not in agreement with either the Flarkir or the current Elden, and instead decided to assist the Jotun.
Okay, interesting. Huh. During all of this is... I can't remember the name of the God of Connections name, because I forgot to write it down.
Oh yeah, let me, I can put it in chat if you want.
Yes, please. That would be amazing.
It wasn't Vicar, was it?
It was... Vikar.
Vakar.
Yep.
Vakar's name doesn't come up at all in terms of the Elden conflict.
No.
Huh. Interesting.
There's
Okay.
You don't get a whole lot of names though.
That's fine.
There's very,
Cool.
very few names. Most of the names you get are very big ticket names. You know, current living gods or
Yeah.
giants who sired current living gods.
Okay. Sick. Alrighty.
Seek out information on the Malhelvaga.
The Malhelvaga. What are you trying to seek out about information related to the Malhelvaga?
I want to find its author.
You want to find its author.
Well, I think I already have
Ooh.
the author's name.
Do you?
Maybe not the name. Just kidding.
I don't think you do yet.
No, it's just all written in journals, and I'm like, I have his name. No, I don't.
However, checking the Malhelvaga again, you do find a new entry.
Oh no.
Oh
I
no.
was just
Oh,
rereading
no.
for funskis. But I would still like... Fine, I'll get back to you, God.
Oh shit, actually, you find 2 new entries. Hold on, let me update that.
What?
Oh, freaking Morgan. This is Morgan's Christmas.
I had to
New
think about that for a
wants,
second,
new
but-
entry.
What?
Oh boy.
Remember, kids, the true meaning of Christmas. It's the
He's a
forbidden
demon
items.
book talking to you.
I think players, we just got rid of the one thing that might have been able to level Morgan if he were to turn on us.
And Morgan just got a buff.
Yeah.
and we gave
Yeah.
him an even bigger buff to him turning
Yeah.
on us. So
Yeah.
Morgan
You know
is
what he's doing with it? You know what he's doing with it?
nothing.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just waving it out in the open. Oh, that is.
Oh boy. This is
We just gave him the nuclear launch codes.
Yeah. This man's waiting
White
around
boy.
to fall like a fat man.
Whoa, that's offensive.
Oh,
Jesus. I'm gonna read my book now. Fat phobia. Anyway, I went looking through the library, but I realized this library is lame, so I just went to the book in my back pocket.
There you go.
Sick.
Anyone
Nice.
else?
I probably should look up something, but I can't. Brynja can't think of anything that she's
Oh.
just like. Yeah.
I actually wanted to look up one more thing.
Okay.
I wanted to look up I wanted to cross-reference what I knew about Brynja's site. Any information I can find in this library, specifically methods of control.
Aw.
Ooh.
methods of control in regards to like
The ability, like
mediating her own powers.
control. Yes.
Seeing dead people.
Go ahead and
You're
make
a
me an
better friend.
academics roll, Morgan.
I will gladly make you an academics roll because I recently got a little buff to that academics.
Oh, you.
Yep.
Brynja's fried. Brynja's just like, da-da-da. I don't know what I'm looking at in this book.
Not a 12, that's supposed to be a 10. 8.
8. You find a couple tomes that do lend themselves towards the abilities that Brynja has. A lot of them are books cataloging the historical significance of the different groups, tribes, clans, etc. that utilize the site in some way or another. The two primary cases that you come across are, of course, the Mooncatcher tribe, the one Brynja's from. And then you also get... There's some individual accounts of people who are just born with the ability, much like what you'd assume Einar has. Not coming strictly from a tribe that practices talking to spirits, but just a rare magical ability that manifests itself. And then the second major account is that of the tribe of the Wolf Mother. They are a tribe that has themselves placed within the green. Very, very reclusive. They do not like outsiders at all. But it is thought of that they have a incredible skill with their control over the spiritual.
Does it say anything about a location?
It is unknown of their exact location. They're a wandering tribe. They don't stick in one place too often. But they do seem to stick fairly close to the shore of the lake in the green, wherever that is at the time being. They definitely avoid any civilizations or anything. So like, the town of Lakeside or the ferries, they completely avoid those.
Is there any talk of how the Mooncatcher tribe manages to control this ability, or not so much?
Repeat that?
Is there anything about how the Mooncatcher tribe historically has controlled their abilities, or not so much?
There's not really a whole lot. What you can find, Brynja, I don't know if you want to kind of explain just the general basis of how your tribe works in regards to listener and that whole hierarchy.
Yeah, so basically, you would probably see something that lists as like, there's normally always kind of how Julian would kind of like Sith. There's always two. There's a teacher and a student. Is the best way to describe. And that's kind of there's always two. So when the teacher, which is the seer has their student, the listener, and their whole thing is teaching the listener. So then when the seer dies, that one takes the mantle, and then the new seer searches for their listener or their listener should come to them when they're ready to pass along the thing. So they're the head.
Is it a tribe-wide method of control? It's literally up to the previous teacher. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, sucks to suck.
Yeah, it's kind of like this is our cards.
That is a horrible method of teaching because not everyone jives with the same teacher.
Oh yeah, no, and also another thing is it's like the whole point of the seer is your family is the tribe. So when you take that mantle, you kind of cut off familial kind of ties, because the whole tribe is your family. You're not just connected. So that's why when they take on their student, they're supposed to also make that severing, because it's like your duty now is to the whole and to the dead and to the souls and stuff, and not have that. So that's why also it's like, yeah, it's, yeah.
If I had a nickel for every fictitious cult you joined,
I know.
I would have at least
Yeah.
2 nickels.
Yeah.
Which is not a lot. But it's weird that I have, like, that
That-
money.
That's just how it works. But yeah.
Okay, I learned what I needed to learn, thank you.
There's some baggage there.
Hey,
Who
this
knows?
is-
Anyone else?
I feel like there's something I should be looking up, and I feel like we're gonna get like travel like 2 weeks away, and then I'm gonna remember it, and I'm gonna kick myself. And
That's exactly what's
Well-
gonna happen with Brynja. But to be honest, Desiree, I can't think of anything. Well, I could probably think of something, but Brynja is past the point. She's
Yeah.
had a day. Nope. She's in the
Gibson
library.
is having a fucking field day in here.
Oh,
That's
I'm
also
sure
that
she
is
is.
also why kind of Brynja was just like, I owe this bitch a lot. This is the least
Yeah.
I can do. You know.
Honestly.
I
You see
might.
how-
Oh.
You see how I am reading my own book and not immediately going for the obviously forbidden study that I actually do have the power to break into, but won't? Very demure.
Very,
Very fine.
Wow.
So, I might show Kipson that entry of like the gods that you mentioned, like the theory that's there.
I suppose it can't be black and white. I'm sure there's some gray area in between there. I guess I wouldn't be surprised if there was a subsect of giants that were also helping the gods, too.
Probably. I think the only thing that I'd want to look for outside of this is an account of any possible accounts of what was it? Previous septennial raids, specifically any that may have touched down on a black shore.
Ooh, okay. Go ahead and make me another academics roll, please.
God, thinking
+3?
out of the box.
I'll give you the +3.
Thank you. Oh, hold on. Oh, okay. So with just a +1, that makes it an 8.
An 8, okay.
Yeah.
You are able to find an account of a raid that landed on a black shore. It details the location and the direction from where they left port. It also indicates that the town did not put up much of a resistance to the raiders that landed. However, for whatever reason, the raiders just left. The account states that they just got this urge of just leave, this feeling of peace that washed over them, that subsumed their desire to pillage.
Okay.
I'm sure that's fine.
Yeah, that's probably totally fine. Cool. Locking that in the back of my brain.
That sounds like a place that has something to hide and wants people to stay away.
It's more the fact that en masse they're like having this peace and
Mhm.
just leaving.
Something powerful that has something to hide.
Nah, guys, they just got tired. It's fine.
If I ever have
Yeah,
that
we
power,
will do
that's
it.
gonna be concerning.
They just got tired. They're like, hey, wow,
You know
we
what?
did some great raiding today.
Great job.
I'm just so tired. Let's go home. I'm tired. I want to go home.
I have a feeling there's a reason the village didn't put up a fight, because they're like, we don't need to. Give it a minute. They're gonna leave.
Yeah. Cool. I think that's it. I'm not gonna try and look for the thing that doesn't want to be found yet. So
Okay.
I think that's all I need.
So you do have a actual like physical direction marked now for where that black sand island was.
Yes, 100%. Do I know the? Did you already say the continent or no?
I did not know. It is
Okay.
west.
If it's unknown, it's fine.
Yeah.
West. Sick. Awesome.
What?
Narrowed head.
I thought you
It's
said
and it wasn't like connected to a larger landmass. This is just like a small set of islands.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Oh, okay.
Cool. I'll keep that in mind. Cool. Yeah, I think that's all I need.
All right. You all finish up your time in the library, and as you're recessing out, Bran approaches you. You don't have to, but Vernick did want to offer that you're welcome to stay here in the keep if you'd like. We have plenty of rooms open.
So
More
our
yes.
friend is from out of town, and we promised we show her the town. We appreciate the hospitality, though.
Yeah, of course. You're always welcome at the Morrow Estate.
Right, and just looking at everybody else.
And Bran, they guide you out to the main door, and as you leave, they kind of close as they're closing the doors behind you. Please do come again.
Right, dinner.
Dinner.
Mm-hmm.
As you begin to make your way out through the gates, a familiar figure is making their way towards the library. You see hair cut just right around the ear, black, blue eyes, skinny frame, bow. Oh. Hello again.
Hello.
It's good to see you all. Some new faces,
Good.
but hi.
Nice to see you. We just met your other in there.
He's got like this bag of like groceries in his arm. You can see like
Oh
three
my
different
God.
bottles of wine like sticking out the top.
Oh my god.
Do you need assistance?
Oh, no, I got it. Thank you though.
Yeah, we just saw your other in there. Pleasant person.
Oh, Bran. Yeah, they're nice. I haven't really talked to them much, but yeah, they're nice.
Do you know of any establishments to we're taking our friend out on the town and need a place to stay? Do you have any recommendations?
I mean, I guess it kind of depends on the place you're looking for. There's a little like finer upscale stuff. There's some mid-grade. There's also like, some dive bars, and your Kip's in dive bar.
Yeah,
That's exactly what I was thinking.
much
Girl
more
read my
speed.
mind.
Okay, pretty much it's on the other side of town, but it's pretty hard to miss. It looks a little run down, but it's called Oog Boog's Booze Place.
Perfect.
Hell yeah.
There is no fucking way you prepared ahead of time a named dive bar named Oog Boog's Booze Place. There is no way in hell.
Gonna eat your words.
Can you please
Oh,
type
no.
that in chat?
Yeah, okay. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. And I put a hand on Bo's shoulder. We won't keep you. Lovely to see you. If you happen to be around Oog Boogs, Find us. Catch up. Give him a pat.
Yeah, okay. And Kipson kind of like hesitates. Do you have a twin? I don't know.
Multiple, in fact.
We'll fill you in after we get
Yeah.
to Oog
Yeah.
Boo's. But
Just as
boots.
confused.
Uh-huh.
Constantly off.
We've been there. We'll yeah.
To the boogs.
Alright. Thank you, Bo. Good to see you.
Hopefully see you again soon.
Yeah.
And bye. And he heads off.
Bless him.
Julian has no proof. That man is Satan. I have no proof. That man is Satan.
The Morrows cloned one guy, and they're keeping that guy's clones as servants. I have no proof.
But then we have the one weird one that's kind of like the outlier.
I think that's the guy.
The guy, the OG.
Mm.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
That would make sense.
I think that's Subject Zero.
But Prime.
Bo Prime.
Oh, Prime.
Oh, Prime.
Yeah,
So yeah, let's-
are we gonna boogie on the oogie or what?
We're boogie over to
Oh my gosh.
to Oog Boog's Booze Plays. Oh my god. Oh my god.
We need to have an electric slide dance number.
Yeah.
Boogie, boogie, boogie.
100%.
Boogie. You make your way across town, following directions, and eventually you find your way to this wooden shop set amidst these otherwise stone monoliths of buildings. Out in the front, there is a very poorly scrawled, burned-in sign that says Oog Boog's Place. Boo's Place. The door looks like it's about to fall off its hinges. And you hear, like, the chatter inside of patrons as light seeps through the windows onto the street.
Oh, fuck.
Well,
Hell.
Miss it.
Yes.
yeah.
Oh, if I wasn't
Huh?
sober, I would take shots with you. But I cannot wait to see what's in here.
Shots?
Oh, Kipson, you and
Oh, yeah.
Morgan, please.
Yeah, this one doesn't get drunk ever. Refers to alcohol as water.
I'd say it was very
Interesting.
good water.
You want to test some theories?
No.
No.
I hide it very well, but I do get very drunk. And just because you can't feel it doesn't mean it's not hurting you. So probably not a good idea.
See,
You know what?
she's
Fair
even
enough.
better than I am. She's a better fit. Yeah, don't listen to the alcoholic, okay?
Oh,
Fair.
I'm still gonna
Let's
get
see what-
shit-faced, but...
Well, let's see if they've got anything that will be interesting compared to your usual flavor.
Gods, I hope so. It has been 5 years since I've been to a good bar. I guess 2000, actually. Anyways, and she pushes the door open.
Let's
Following.
hope
Well, I'll
that-
tell you what.
Let's hope
I'll
David-
tell you what. Drinks are on us. Your drinks are on us tonight.
Yes.
Sick.
100%. And you'll have to tell us if the alcohol industry has at all improved in 2000 years. I would hope so, but who knows?
I will certainly let you know.
All right.
And you push your way inside to the most dive bar you've ever seen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Making your way in, there's a decent amount of patrons, but they're all kind of conglomerated in their own little cliques at their own half-broken tables that wobble when someone sits at them. chairs, some of which are missing their backs, a mishmash of random stuff that's been just grabbed from different stores that probably have had clearances. So there's like a stool here and there, or like a really fancy chair that's really decayed for some reason at one table. It's got like that musty smell of smoke and just vomit.
Yep.
What?
I think it sounds like a guitar.
Oh, welcome to Oogboog's Booze Palace. Come in, yes.
Who's talking to me right now?
You see at the very far end behind the bar this large orc, head completely shaved, a beard kind of running down to their collarbone.
Good.
They've got a massive scar over one of their eyes, leaving completely white on one side. And they are just dressed in just the most mishmash of clothing you could possibly imagine. Everything is just conflicting on their body.
I
Yes.
straight up thought this was that motherfucker from Star Wars who is like the right hand of Jabba the Hutt.
Salacious B. Crumb.
This is the same energy, however.
What can Oogboog get for you? Booze, hopefully?
Is he the boog?
Is this Booger?
Please tell me that was Morgan because that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
The
Yeah,
one
think about
and
it.
only.
Oh, well, coming into this place, I think we need to defer to the expert.
Well,
A
the expert
recommendation?
has lots. How fucked up do you want to get?
Oh, this one, and like pushing our new friend forward, wants to get very fucked up.
Right. Well, I have something special. Oogboog will make it right for you.
The booger.
Right?
bucket.
Oh,
Oogboog, if you hadn't had a drink in 5 years, what would be the first thing you would get your hands on?
Oogboog has an idea. One moment.
Ooh.
And you see the orc disappear out of view, eventually coming back with this tankard that is like slowly leaking on one side that he sets on the table in front of Kipson. Is special ale. And gives a wink.
However much it is, I'll pay for it.
Be feeling more than drunk.
Oh my god, what?
Oh, god damn.
I kind of want to drink this.
Yeah,
Hey,
same.
Morgan, do it, please. God, I need to experience this
Oh,
through you.
yeah, sure, Morgan, but Julian kind of wants
Yeah,
to drink
I was about to
I
say.
know. God,
Sure,
that's where, like,
Morgan.
let's find a. I want to find an area for all of us to sit at. God, do they have a water station?
Yeah.
Crusty ass water station. Fuck.
Good.
It's like this bucket sitting on a stand in the corner with
Yep.
these like half dirty cups next to it. It just says not beer.
Yeah. Is there a shriveled lemon anywhere? Just fucking grab one of those and yeah, find ourselves a table and please tell me what the special is. Tell me. Describe it to me.
She takes a sip. That's pretty good. She slams the rest of it.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Okay. This will be
God.
interesting.
Is anyone
Who
else
could ever
drinking it?
lock you away for 2,000 years? Jeez Louise.
Absolutely.
yeah.
It's basically a THC
yeah.
ale.
Hell yeah.
Yes!
Oh.
Yes! Oh god!
You know what? Brittany has just accepted. She's the party mom now, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? There needs to be one in this group. We need to have a party mom.
Yeah.
Oh shit. So
I think originally Raina was not going to, but then after Gibson gets one, and then after Reese gets one, and then Crag gets one, she's like, okay, no, I gotta know.
Yeah, Brittany kind of gives her a look of like, come on. Come on.
Go do it.
All right.
Oh,
Oh my god.
It's definitely not the best ale you ever had, but it leaves you feeling pretty good.
it's alright. Feeling's better than the
Sip with
taste.
someone?
Hmm?
Can I have a
There's a whole pit.
Is there
There's a whole pit.
drink?
There's a whole
Enough for all
picture.
of us.
Yeah, there's a whole picture.
I misunderstood
Yeah,
entirely.
yeah.
I give a little sniff. And I just have like my little mug. And
Yeah.
I just do like a little tasting amount.
It's dripping off the side, so just hold it over it for a second.
Yeah, honestly.
And I just what do I taste?
I mean, does Morgan like ale? I don't remember if Morgan's had ale before.
Morgan, he has not had ale before.
Oh, then it tastes like piss.
With a hint of skunk.
Yeah.
I don't think I like the skunk juice very much.
Yeah, I've no clue what that taste is for, but it feels fine.
What do you mean it
Skunk
feels fine?
taste. Skunk taste. Oh shit, is it one of those? God fucking damn it, I want to drink so bad.
Do you like skunks?
There's some special plants in there, Morgan.
What
That's
kind
where
of
you're
plant?
getting the remember back in the Shire what I was I went and found a couple hobbits.
The
Oh.
lettuce.
Yes, the lettuce.
Oh.
Mm.
Nah.
That explains that.
Very nice.
Which actually, do I look? I don't. I'm gonna take a walk outside, take a hit with my new with my new pipe.
Oh, that's
'Cause, you know,
Hell
One vice for another. You know, let's just
Hell
trade
yeah.
one out for another and then come back in.
There you go.
All right.
I don't think anyone would even bat an eye if you did it inside either.
Yeah, she just feels bad. She's like, my mom's still. I might have lived in a tent, but my mom still taught me manners.
So, I learned some things.
I learned some things.
The
I learned a lot of things. Did you know how advanced the current looms are now? I mean, makes sense. Your guys' clothing is just incredible, but wow.
Oh, with the spindle updates a few years ago?
Yeah.
Huh. We'll have to
I
get
went
you
through
some
the
new
story-
duds.
I once read a story about a princess who fell into a sleep, like a curse, by pricking her thumb on the door next to a spinning wheel. And that just seemed kind of ludicrous to
You
me, because
fucking
after all, wouldn't you put the curse on the spinning wheel?
The curse C usually never makes any sense in my experience.
Very, very, very convoluted, I feel.
I don't think I heard that story before.
Mm-hmm.
The one for me.
Maybe it's just one that I read as a kid.
Okay, so wait, you didn't live in the house, but you had books in the
I found
woods.
books. I mean, I found them and brought them with me.
You found
Or I would,
books
like,
in the woods.
read them and then leave. People
Did
leave
you?
all kinds of things in the woods, and sometimes in libraries. Libraries are free. and so are things that you take off passersby.
Morgan, were you a little thief?
We are learning so much about Morgan. What the fuck?
You?
I was living in the woods. Sometimes you do some things to survive. I didn't do it. I didn't take from people who were.
I'm not judging. I'm just. You just surprised me.
Maybe I will have some of the skunk juice.
And if you don't like the skunk juice, I have some.
Skunky stuff that will make you feel what the juice does.
Just without the piss part.
Yeah.
That does sound nice.
Jared, that fucking meme. 10 out of 10.
Oh, Jesus. Hold on.
Oh no. Jared's on his shit today.
Shit. Everyone, if you're
I
not
just
in the
looked at
if you're not in the Discord,
This
Yo.
is why you should join our Discord server so you
Join
have
our
access
Discord.
to Jared's fresh memes.
Jared is
I'm gonna
on
repost that meme every time we get Morgan back.
Yeah, literally
Yep.
every time.
yep.
Shit. I learned that. Well, I learned a few things. I know where we're headed for the raid. Here's a chain of islands that, upon arriving on the shores, the townsfolk didn't put up any fight. And then, not long after arriving there, the raiders just decided to leave.
Just any reason?
Just felt at peace and left.
That screams something's protecting
Mhm.
something.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm unsure if it's related, but something to keep in mind. I also
Oh.
learned that there were gods that were part of the Elden that were not Elden or Flarkir that aided, well, theoretically aided giants in the conflict. Might explain why there's a gap in terms of the god names.
it's considering there are gods that weren't even written in memory, you'd think that their fallen brethren, they would at least write something in the history books to remember them by, unless
Mm-hmm.
they were.
They wished for them to be forgotten. After all, the gods who simply decided to walk away from the fight were banished to other realms forever and vilified.
Mm-hmm.
Ones that completely turned coat.
Yeah, if they weren't vilified, then
I imagine, especially since God's mortality is much different from ours, the true way to kill one would to be make sure they're forgotten.
well, I guess that makes. I mean, yeah. I look at Gibson. Do the gods get more powerful the more followers they have?
Yes and no. There's a bracket. There, at least.
I know the Elden or the Elden.
As
But-
power is passed down through generations, it gets weaker and weaker. So there's a little bit of wiggle room in there. You know, if a deity has more followers and more faithful, then sure, they'll be more powerful. But that still doesn't mean that they would be more powerful than, like, let's say, their grandmother.
Right.
But yeah.
You know, I think it's fairly safe to say that one of the youngest deities like Brody or Gipta, any of the three Elden could snap their fingers and they would just be gone.
Right. How did you come across the name of the one you found?
I didn't really find something as much as I found him. When I found the body, the name just came to me. And it's kind of hard to explain. I think a god dying is not really a simple thing.
I would imagine not.
How does a god die?
I don't entirely know. I mean, I have some theories, but I don't think it's really anything achievable within our means.
I imagine that because the only other one we know of that died was Gunfear.
I mean, it's without a question, giants can kill gods and gods can kill giants. Why that is, I don't know, but...
So, I don't know if that's necessarily information. Well, it seems like a lot more people than originally we thought have information on it. Have you heard any prophecies in your time?
Not really. Prophecies are, in my opinion, kind of a sham.
Right. Well, we managed to find one on Ragnarok.
Or we were shown it, actually.
I have not heard it word for word, but I have heard of it.
One of the stanzas does say that mortality will embrace the gods as kin.
I suppose that would make sense.
Remember when I told you that the gods are a bit stressed out at the moment?
Ragnarok. So, wait. Are you saying Ragnarok's coming now?
We don't know, but there are some things that have happened that even the gods are starting to get a little bit. The ones that we have, which we've met a lot of gods in just the past month that I would never have ever more than I ever thought in my life, and just things are getting a bit hot.
Well, way to brag, but
I wish it. This is not a brag, believe me.
No.
It's an unfortunately a lot of the northern ones actually kind of want to kill us right now, or maybe even not kill us, but at least
we're on thin ice.
We're on very thin ice simply because some of this Ragnarok stuff has come about, and there's a lot of
I think most prophecies are upkiss, but Uldar has had a history of being right. At least, mostly right.
He's the one that wrote the Ragnarok.
That's what the stories say, at least.
Okay.
I mean, if they have it on display up at the capital there, I would think that had some, that would make some merit.
Oh my god! Sorry, Julian.
It's a bit of a sore spot. Uldar is, of course, a Flarkir, but given he is often right about the future, there's an intrinsic need for others to listen to him. Kind of makes it this weird mix of both divine prophecy and heretical scribblings at the same time.
What do you know of Uldar? It strikes me that the vessels for the gods showed us a vision of a Flark here. Why would that be?
I mean, I met him once.
What?
At least part of his essence.
Oh?
It kind of happens when you're just out and about, wandering the Metal Vigor.
Right.
This kind of happens.
Yeah, sure.
Oh.
I mean, it's...
So,
Can you say many others have just drifted through the Metal Vigor?
that's fair. Way to brag also, by the way.
I was gonna say, that's a bit
I
more
do
of
it
a
in
brag than I
kind.
feel like.
To be fair, I've never met most of the Northern Gods. They kind of seem like dicks.
They haven't impressed me. At least the majority of them. And the only reason is because we were at the capital and it seemed like everyone and their fucking mother was flocking there.
Yeah. Especially after the death of one of their sons.
Honestly, I don't think Atal would even give a shit. Oh, wait, they're talking about them. Right.
Yep.
Right. Yeah. No,
Yeah,
sorry.
no, they weren't
Yeah.
there for that one.
No. Honestly, I don't think Atal gave a shit about Carl, and it makes
No.
me even more upset about it. But,
Oh, yeah. Most gods don't really care about their children unless they do something really special.
This one was a Jarl.
Yeah.
I'd have cared a little bit.
Yeah.
At least as far as plastering names goes.
Yeah.
I look over at Reyna, and I kind of, kind of lightly, playfully shoulder tap her, and I just say quietly, I'm sure Einar is doing great.
He better be.
He will.
As long as he's alive, that is all I care about.
Anyways,
Oh, wait, hold up.
Uldar's
I
nice.
forgot.
It's very cryptic.
Right.
Didn't give me a lot of answers, but... Wonderful at Tafelhep.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Huh.
It would be when you know everything that is going
Is
to
gonna-
be and all that has been.
Yeah. Very fair.
Good point.
Surprisingly, still not as good as one Gipta daughter that I encountered. I suppose that
Really?
makes sense, though, when you're the daughter of luck embodied.
Yeah, that's fair. Well,
Yeah, I think-
unfair, really, but
Bad for them, unfair for everyone else.
Yeah.
so you said part of his essence is he split or
Well, yes and no. Deities, as you understand them, differ. Here on the material realm, they are forced by the laws of this place, this land, to be corporeal, perceivable, something that we can understand. When you get to other realms, those rules don't always apply.
fair?
Explain about
At one point tried asking him a question, but I haven't heard any words since, so I imagine it's just
He's selective. I'm actually kind of nervous. Being in a god's body. What might happen if I, shift out of this realm?
Yeah, that's one thing I've been curious about. You said remnants of power. Is that still waning, or is it sitting there?
I think it's still sitting here.
Hmm.
I don't quite know what I am. I'm not a god, but I'm not mortal.
I mean, you are a demigod, so maybe you're just like a super demigod.
I suppose.
In my
Like-
experience, wearing others' shoes, you don't always lace it up all the way, but you do have to tie off the shoe at some point. Do you know what I mean?
Like she has to be done with the body at some point?
No. Some of the capabilities come with, not all of them, but some.
You're probably right.
Yeah.
It might also be different though because she successfully got into a dead body. You said all the ones you've been in were still alive. So maybe
True.
there's a little.
But
How did you do that? Could you do that with anybody?
Yes and no. If I'm being honest, I was banking on the fact that given it was the body of a god, there would be enough residual power that I would be able to compensate for the body being dead.
well,
Did you shove anyone into any other body?
With the proper amount of time and resources, I'd suppose so. Doesn't also necessarily have to be a body, as evident. And she motions to you, Reese.
yeah.
Interesting.
I imagine it would have to be someone of stronger will. Because I imagine if you tried to pair off two people and one of them was stronger than the other, it didn't matter which way the transfer was going.
Right. I'm not sure what would happen if someone of equal powers were to try to force themselves into someone else's body while their mind and soul was still occupying it. It would likely be a battle of wills.
Well, it's a good thing. It's a good thing you didn't fully go into mine. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here.
Oh, for sure. And it's a good thing that I probably didn't try to get Kilgrove, as he seemed like someone of very exceptional will.
You don't want to be tainted by that.
No. The things I've already had wandering around in my brain give me pause.
Oh.
Wow, I am
Oh, no, so
behind.
So now, I'm sorry. We used to have two people with murderous thoughts in their heads. Now it's just one.
I know.
Yeah.
It was an offhand comment. I'm just used to knowing the current geopolitical landscape around me.
No. I was talking about the two of us. See, his body is of a serial killer.
Cool.
His current one. His
Yeah.
current body is.
Yeah, his
Yeah.
current one.
That is very thoughtful of you. If you're going to overpower someone and completely dissolve their mind, why not be someone who's already a criminal?
Mm-hmm.
That's how we logicked it.
I think that's pretty much what we were going for.
It was
He's a criminal.
one of the few things I remember from my previous life is that I had such a philosophy on always being able to begin again that I'd straight up named my blade that. Every end is a new beginning.
How thoughtful.
Mm.
I assume your blade is one of the things you're missing.
No. And I'll just like just beside me so that it doesn't disturb anybody else, just summon it and desummon it. when we searched, that was not one of the pieces that pinged back.
So what are you missing then?
It seems... Well, since you've been forthcoming with information, and I'll just, like, place my forearms on the table. A complete set.
Got it.
And I present the braces.
The braces.
Safe to assume
Gibson.
then missing...
Gibson meet Reese meet Gibson.
A pleasure. It's safe to assume then, what, 2 greaves and a breastplate?
2 greaves and a breastplate is the estimate I have. At least that's what I remember. Hopefully I don't need to mend the breastplate. Last I saw it, had a big hole in the back and front.
What? Wait, it had a hole in the back and the front?
Oh, yeah, that's the last thing that did me in. I had the last 2 wounds I got were a knife in the lung and then a blade going from my back out the front.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know who that is.
Whoever
What's
that
the?
is.
What
Who
is
the
the? That's a saint from our storybooks back home.
Who's Jesus?
Just Jesus.
Why have you brought Jesus?
He's a follower of Satan, so you probably actually might have known him.
God damn.
Oh yeah, I know Jesus. He was actually really against capitalistic society.
Bring you up the church of
JC?
Latter-day
You know
Saints.
JC?
JC, my dog?
No.
Boy.
My boy.
There.
Oh god.
We're getting too meta. I can't do this.
Oh
I
shit.
can't do this.
Sorry. For fuck's sake.
Yeah. Yeah, having the only memory you can call back on be the last battle you were in is not something I revisit often. Well, except in battle.
I was going
Raina
to say,
just lifts her cup
unfortunately.
up. Cheers.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Can all of you remember?
Just like,
is that
cheers.
all of your earliest memories?
Well, I mean, Raina died, so I
Yeah,
mean,
Raina died.
yeah.
You're you. Rhea surely remembers something else.
No, I was like that's.
Oh, I thought you were cheering like, yeah, that's
No,
me.
I
I'm
was
like,
just I was just drinking. I was just
like I horribly misremembered something about your backstory.
no. I haven't died that I know of.
Yeah.
I just had other tragic things to. I just had a terrible flashback memory.
Yay!
And what about you, Craig? You died? Have any horrible memories? I'm sorry, I don't know a lot about you.
I've died. I have some horrible memories.
Wait, what?
I don't think we've been told you died.
Oh wait, no, I haven't died. Sorry, I meant to say no. I haven't died.
What the fuck? Don't scare me.
I was about to say, hold on.
How did Freudian slip? Yeah, I died.
Yeah, I
I like
don't
that.
know with you. Oops.
Oops, I died. I forgot to tell you.
I like the
Oh,
drama.
My bad.
Oops, I renamed myself. Oops,
Oh,
I was 7 feet tall. Oops, fuck.
Jared's just emailing Vince revisions to his backstory.
It's happened before. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Yeah, still alive, still here. I have some horrible memories for sure. I've told all them about it. Brittany actually helped me get through it. I watched a friend die, basically.
The hardest kind of memory. She raises a glass and...
Did you?
Yeah, I haven't seen my own death, but I have seen other people die. So does that count? I've actually seen multiple people's last memories constantly.
Ah, it's true.
Okay, yeah.
Were there any friends you were hoping to see?
Oh,
I had a few acquaintances, but none of them were elves, so I would be very surprised if they're still alive.
I'm also thinking if we've heard any names, we might be able to at least direct you to memorials for.
We're acquaintances, right?
Yeah. I mean, you're the first people I've talked to in 5 or 2,000 years, depending on how you look at it.
oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's a good thing.
Market for new acquaintances.
I'll do my own research. I have some suspicions on where the people I knew might have decided to be laid to rest.
Oh, shit! I should have looked this up at the library. Gibson, do you know of when you were around? Were there black, shiny, rock-like monuments about? There's one that is
The Standing Stones, yes.
No, about them. Okay, we found 2 of them, and we're just trying to figure out what the hell they are.
No, they are unique. I don't really know a better way to phrase them. They predate mortality. There's 12 of them in total. The theory is that there's one each to match every month. Every month, of course, has a season. Season of the warrior, season of the poet, season of the mage, etc.
That makes a lot of sense. That makes so much sense. Thank you.
Yeah. I can't say I ever really took any interest in finding any of them, but...
Oh, you should. They're quite interesting. There's a lot of... They're quite interesting.
I think I've had my fill of being in the limelight.
Fair enough. On a similar note, there are similar standing stones, but black.
That is a common theme that has come up, that even from the readings I've done in the library today, is still something in debate. There's something about ebony stone that has some sort of connection. Something that completely just surpasses realms and their constrictions. Just something that exists entirely in every realm, connects all of us, is ancient, powerful conduits of magic, etc., etc.
Interesting. Good to know. We've come across a couple in our travels, and so I just didn't know if you knew anything more than we did.
That's about all I know. I've come across a few, but that's, yeah, about it.
Down south here?
In my time, yes.
Would you mind? And I'm gonna pull out whatever map we have. Would you mind marking where?
Sure. And she takes the map and marks a few places.
Sick.
Yeah,
Let's go.
get those markers.
Oh, I'm so excited. I'm watching Roll20 with bated breath.
It's gonna take me a minute, so.
That's fine. That's entirely fine. We're chilling. I imagine you have to put them on each individual map.
Yep.
Oof.
Oof.
Odin, remind me what time period was sorry, I always get it is it Sturkolder the one? Which one is
Sturkolder.
which one's because I always get his name mixed up with
Sturkolder was presumed to be from the first era, likely close to the end of it, if you had a guess.
Okay. It's a long shot. Kipson, did you know son of an Atal son named Sturkolder?
Can't say I did. Must have been after my time.
Just thought I'd ask.
If you
I won't tell us just because I'm curious. Like, how many of the gods have you met?
I've met all of the southern gods. I haven't met any of the Elden, technically speaking. I was able to get one of them to speak to me through a vision, but it was brief, like 10 seconds.
That's impressive.
Of the northern gods, I've only met Svala and Brody. I've met more Flarkir than I like, if I'm being honest.
Me too.
Roll is very unpleasant. I recommend avoiding her at any cost.
Which one's that?
Noted.
Roll is the goddess of rage and torture.
Oh, yeah!
Also the creator of Samurheim, where demons come from, not devils.
That's it, yeah.
Svala is the one that we met that one time, yes?
Correct.
Interesting. What do you know of Svala? We only know of stories, but none of her demeanor, save for one interaction, though brief.
Not much. She wasn't exactly very open with me.
That tracks.
She's quite the prankster, I'll give her that. There's a side of her that is very genuine, though, that I wasn't expecting. I don't really know how to place her. I don't know if she's fully on board with the rest of the gods' agenda, as it were.
That could prove useful.
I was going to say that either could be really good or really bad.
Yeah, because we found near some giant's bones.
Interesting.
They also being concealed by magic.
An illusion.
Right.
Yeah. Well, what are you?
Okay, so let me. Here you go.
Excitement?
This first spot that she marked on the map, and let me show stream.
Is that a floating island?
Is on
Oh, we know what
Murkmire,
that's from.
And it's
We know
this,
what happened there.
this island with the blue circle. Is the first
Sick.
spot she
Okay.
marks.
Ooh.
Sick.
Cool.
And then the next spot is in the green.
Okay.
We marked the middle island in the middle of the lake.
Awesome.
Okay.
Awesome.
Oh, that. Okay. Cool.
Sweet.
Sweet. Appreciate it.
Of course.
So, what are you most excited to see has developed throughout the Midgard?
I really don't know yet. I guess there's a lot that I have left to figure out. 2,000 years is a long time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, maybe I'll try swapping realms first, see what happens. Maybe I'll get torn apart. Maybe I'll be fine, who knows? But I'd like to
I
go to
hope you'll be
Villarheim,
fine.
talk to the elves. They've got long lives. I'm sure they have some good insight.
Mm-hmm. Especially probably more objective, given that they've got a backseat view from that.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, I wish you luck.
Thank you. I don't know about
Thank
the
you
rest of
for-
you. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Thank you for everything. Very
Yes.
helpful.
Mm-hmm.
I can't
Agreed.
express it enough. Kitson, truly.
You're welcome. I do my best not to be self-centered, I guess. There's a lot of things in this world that can drive someone to just forget what it means to be you. I like to think I've always been kind, so I do my best to be kind.
Good. It's honestly really refreshing. We've had kind of a shit run in terms of that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, and I'm glad to hear that at the same time. But I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm ready to go to bed.
I'm
We
gonna
have about
fall
2,000
asleep.
years of rest to catch
I
up on.
think that, godly celestial high is finally wearing off.
Oh yeah.
Fair enough.
Hope you get some good rest.
Well, let's pay for
Let's pay for
Oh.
rooms first before we do that.
Yeah, especially
Oh, yeah,
because
can
we
we
need to
even
figure out how
stay-
many rooms are available.
If there are any rooms available here, is this just a bar or is there maybe?
You're able to get some rooms. It's enough
Sweet.
to house all of
Okay,
you.
cool.
Sweet. Hell yeah.
All right. Well, I am going to go to bed. Brenya, please don't forget what I said. You will need to talk to my mother.
I will.
I know it's going to be difficult, but she has her reasons. Whether they are justifiable or not is not up to me. But it's at least worth knowing.
That's what I want. I want to know. Thank you, Gibson.
Of course. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.
No.
Night.
And she smiles and turns to walk upstairs. And you guys are left to your own devices.
I'm tired too.
Yeah,
Same.
Mm-hmm.
I am as well. I am actually quite exhausted. Yeah, because I raged twice, so I'm at minus.
Yep.
I'm at -2 fatigue.
Yup.
Goddamn.
That's not counting all. That's the physical fatigue that I feel.
Oof.
There's so much mental and emotional fatigue that I feel
Yep.
right now.
Yep.
Brynja, unless anyone has anything, is going to sign off for the night and go to bed
Reese is also going to bed.
and trying to sleep.
Same.
Yeah. It's time for the sleeps.
Oh my god, do I actually... My first sleep without the fucking dagger.
Yeah.
Actually
Yep.
fall asleep.
Ooh.
Hey!
Yep.
Oh yeah.
You'll love to see it.
Love to
Brynja's
see it.
sleeping in tomorrow.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's like
Yeah.
you actually get to use the sleep.
Mhm.
I actually get to use the sleep. Holy shit.
Does anything need to occur tonight?
No.
I would like to call upon Ava.
Okay. Would you like this
Motherfucker.
to be private
Just casual.
or
Yes.
if I call everyone deafen, please?
Alrighty.
Oh, go fuck!
You make your way up to your room for the night, and upon entering, you call out to Atha. It doesn't take too long before eventually you hear the clink of a wine glass. Ah, made it out alive.
Can I ask you a question?
Of course.
I've been getting these visions, and I don't know what causes them. And then, some time ago, I was shown another prophecy, but it was Ulda that wrote it. Do you know if they might know something about these visions that I can't foresee?
Uldar has always been a bit of an odd duck. The reason why Uldar has chose you is uncertain, but he works in mysterious ways. For these visions, if anyone has any answers to them, it would be Uldar.
Do you know how I might speak with him?
In a few months from now, on Moon's crest, the end of the month, there's an event known as the Harvest Moon. That would be your best opportunity to speak with him.
Just call out to him? Will he answer?
I don't know. It would be your best bet, though. The veil between realms is at its thinnest during a harvest moon. They occur very infrequently. Has to be the last day of the month on a full moon.
I wanted to thank you too. You were right about my friend needing to find a loophole.
If there's one thing I know, it is us. Clark here.
I've been learning that there's a lesson that's been trying to be given to me. That no one is innocent. That everyone did something, everyone's terrible, and I just don't like looking at the world that way. And I want to choose to believe that even though everyone might be not great, that maybe people are worth fighting for at all. And I don't know if that's reckless.
It is. But it's also very noble. Recklessness can often put you in the strangest situations. But that's the experience of life, isn't it? Doesn't it feel good to say you tread a path that no one else has before?
I'd say it feels good. I don't know if it feels good being just different. But it does feel good finding what matters.
Being different is what makes you you. Whether that's normal, special, however you want to look at it. There's nothing wrong with different.
Thank you, Ava.
They take a deep breath, and the illusion of just this drawing figure completely fades. And you see before you instead a very lithe woman. This pinkish purple hair, eyes completely black, soft smile, delicate lips, pale skin, dressed in very simple but fine robes. Ava's true form. This has been nice. Thank you, Morgan. And Ava disappears. Safe.
Hello?
Hello.
I'm very scared.
I'm also very scared. I'm sure there's wholesome intentions, but I feel like every time we're like, oh, okay, Morgan's just weird, and we've learned some things about Morgan. Morgan goes and does something that none of us see, and sends all of us into a, what the fuck is this kid?
You make it really hard for us to separate player knowledge and player feelings from character feelings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially since if it was any other person, it'd be like, okay, this is just interesting character choices. Given that it's you, Julian, it's like, oh, what nefarious shit are you on?
I feel like Vince can attest that this is very Morgan, not very Julian.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Oh,
It doesn't really make me feel better, but we're gonna let it
I
slide.
was gonna say, like, does that actually help my case at all?
No.
I sleep, and it's a good sleep.
EP time.
EB time.
Morning comes.
Woo!
Yay.
Up early as hell. Whatever equates in this place to a cup of coffee.
For once, yeah, Brynja's sleeping in.
Yep.
It is a good sleep, a restful sleep.
God.
best you've had in months, honestly.
Hell yeah.
I come down eventually.
Morning, sunshine.
Hey,
Feeling better?
physically, yes. I
Yeah.
feel, I don't know. I've been in and out of, I don't think I've had a full sleep since that damn thing got tied to me, so it's like waking out of a fever dream. So physically I'm feel, on the up and up. I would have hoped that I would have felt mentally better, but after, I feel like there was always a trade-off, Trade one shit thing for a different shit thing. But I'm alright. I'll be alright. The blissful silence in my head is incredible. It's just my dumbass thoughts. No offense to you, Reese.
None taken. I'm not in your head anymore, so.
Yeah. And you were invited.
True.
The other one, it's the uninvited ones that were the problem.
Yeah.
Coffee.
So, I'm assuming we're wanting to go back to Sayun at some point. So, if we want to have that be on a full moon, then we have about a week and 2 days.
You could also try, if you don't want to visit her face to face, you could do similar to what you did last time, prior to going to see her, and just do a ritual to contact her.
That would
True.
be...
We should do that. We should do
We should do that.
We should do that. We should
I
do
don't-
that.
I don't. Brynja doesn't trust herself to be. She's like, this is how I die.
Yeah.
Trying to
Yeah,
hold her
considering
temper
how
in with
worked
the.
up- Considering
Yeah.
how worked up both Morgan and Randa got last time, throw and upset Brynja in that, we're all dying if we are physically there.
Yeah.
Brynja
That
was
is the
scared
end of
last.
this campaign.
Brynja was scared last time. Brynja's pissed this time. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gibson has not joined you, by the way.
Mhm.
That's fine. So,
Thought she fucked off to another realm at this point.
oh yeah, probably.
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 I thought.
Yeah, well, if we're not headed straight there, then I guess Crag was the next nearest piece that you're looking for. At least by your estimates.
Oh God. Rocks.
Here's something.
They're
Let me get you
all
some.
far away, and
Do-
one of them is
He's like, please
kind
don't
of
ask me
a
that.
mystery.
Well, now I'm not going to murder you in your sleep. So here, do you like sugar or cream with your coffee? And I'll go get you something.
Who were you asking?
Crag. Because he was like, oh god.
Oh no, it's just black is good.
Okay.
Well, if they're all far away, really quick DM. The Septennial raids happen at the very end of the year, yes?
Correct. They are kicked off on the last month of the year, Sun's Fall, on the 20th with Fortune's Feast. And then the
Fortune's
raids start
Feast,
the following day on the 21st.
Oh, okay, I see it.
Yep.
Cool. So,
On
1,
Westwatch, baby.
3, 4, 5,
How many do we got?
6. We have a little under 7 months till we have to go on the Septennial raids. So, don't know about all of you, but we need to start filling up our itinerary for this road trip we're on. Any spots anyone wants to visit?
Shouldn't we try and get all of Crag's stuff?
Accurate, which is what I was asking.
Oh.
No. Well, they're
Well-
all far away, but we can plan our itinerary around getting towards one crag or.
Okay.
Well, the only one I know for sure where it is in the Grimheart volcano, which is almost on the other side of Nyrverold.
Right, Grimheart. Oh shit.
Isn't that the fucking Don't dragons live there or some shit?
So the
I don't
stories
know.
go.
There are a lot of stories growing up about it's basically hell on this plane of existence.
I mean, even I know about that mainly because Reese was planning on making a road trip there to beat the shit out of everything there as a
Of
test of
course.
strength.
Of course he was.
Sounds like Reese.
Yeah.
We make you
He
a
probably had
dragon?
some. It's stories. It's like there's all sorts of beasts that are said to live in. Where else
About
would they live?
dragons.
You want to meet a dragon?
A little bit.
Hmm.
I need to brush up my draconic.
Hmm.
They're
I
coming.
mean,
I mean, why am I surprised? Honestly.
Well, I mean,
No
what else?
draconic.
What else are we looking to do? So we need to find your brother and kick his ass.
Mm-hmm.
We need to find the rest of the Shatterclaws and my ex-husband and kick their asses. We need to find Crag's stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We have vague ideas of what some of your stuff is, Reese. Yes.
Vague ideas, one of which we won't be able to do until a little under
Until
7
the
months
raid.
from now. And even then, we're in no rush. It's fine. So then headed back north, I think, is probably best, going after both your brother and the Shatterclaws.
Well, I guess, but we also know, or at least the last time that Morgan scried on them, we thought they were heading south. Yes.
True. So we can see if we can pick up rumors and figure out where they're going from there.
Oh, what? Fuck. What was the name of the town that we thought they were maybe heading to? There was like a port.
They probably are past it now, but
Oh no, they're probably
Yeah.
well past that. Never
well
mind.
past it. Especially since my brother got out of there, supposedly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or so we think, anyway.
So we think.
So we think. Yeah, I think the only possible lead we had was that ruined city that was destroyed by the Red Lord, but we decided that that was kind of a dead end.
Yeah.
Especially given that Bloody Pants McGee over here isn't really gonna vibe well if Brynja also has to fight back all the shit.
Yeah, fuck.
So, figuring out what the Shatterclaws are, figuring out where your brother is seem like big ticket items that we can at least knock off soon. And then if we can manage to plot a course along the way to get your pieces, Crag, we can do that.
yeah.
Jared, are you still missing the dates that you sent me?
The date?
Yeah, you said you were gonna be you had some stuff that you weren't gonna be able to make sessions for.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
This next session, the next one after that too.
Yep.
Oof.
So metagame knowledge, Jared will not be here for the next 2 sessions. So
Sick.
Oh no!
So it works that we're
Craig,
putting
no!
those to the back burner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Cool. All right. Well, since I have no other ideas, unless anybody has any ideas, we may have to use your services again, Morgan.
Oh, by all means. What do we got around me, DM?
You're in a dive bar right now.
Okay,
Peanuts.
well, like, do we got peanuts? Can we do this all in peanuts?
You could try.
I would like to cast Peanut Mancy.
All right.
The consonants were doing a lot of work in that phrase.
Yeah.
And I'm going to cast it with group sight in order to do it using the peanuts. Wait, what am I scrying on?
Oh,
Let's start
Everything.
with.
Understood. All right. What am I starting
Let's
with?
start with. Vidar.
were we able to last time, or
Wait,
does he
what?
have something protecting him?
No, I don't
Mm,
think we were
right.
able to. I don't think we were able to scry on Vigo last time.
Then bring
Vigo,
your
sorry,
spells.
not Vidar.
Let's start with Bren.
Mhm.
I was just pointing out Vidar is the good one. Vidar
Yeah,
is
sorry,
my pseudo
yeah.
little brother.
Vidar is a good one.
So,
Do not disrespect my
My bad.
pseudo little brother like that.
this is my first critical failure.
Oh
Oh,
no!
And I
Shit,
don't
bud.
believe I can use a Benny to get rid of that, can
no,
I?
you
Nope.
cannot.
No.
This is my first
That's how I-
critical failure.
That's how. Hey, at least you're just messing with fucking peanuts and salt, and not,
And not-
a Flarkier dagger.
I'm not worried about that in regards to scrying.
You develop a peanut allergy.
You shut your whore mouth right now.
So Bren is your first target, right?
Yeah.
Oh, thank God it's Bren and not.
Yeah.
You focus for a second, utilizing the materials in front of you, including peanut shells and wood chips off the decaying table. You're able to form an illusion to scry. As you do so, you see before you strange trees, long roots that wrap almost around themselves and down into this sickly mud. Water bubbles as the soft lapping of waves hits the coast. The scent of warm weather and decay fills the air as around you hear the creak of old wooden structures. You see Bryn standing at the edge of the water, skipping a rock across. He pauses for a second. It looks behind him, directly at the scry. In an instant, it dissipates.
Oh, we at least know what area he's in.
Sorry, I didn't. That was my fault. I could have been more careful.
That's fine. We at least know what section of the world he's in.
Thank
Next.
you. Are you up to it?
We can try again to scry on Vigo.
Vigo, that's what it was.
Oh shit, I gotta roll for this one.
I got their names mixed up.
Shut up. Okay, no,
No.
never mind.
I was gonna say, are you fucking kidding me?
No!
Not this guy.
I gotta roll
Not
my
him.
spellcasting die, which is a D12 again.
Oh.
But my wild die is a 5.
Okay.
Jesus
not
Christ. I was
rolling.
like,
No, today is an
I was
off
like,
morning.
no, we cannot crit fail on spying on
The-
Vigo. We cannot
We-
do that.
The illusion begins to form as you conjure forth the scrying. As soon as you begin to start to see shapes begin to form, it drops.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's what happened last time.
Yeah, I need to roll in order to do it. Any more?
We at least know where one is. If he's got any sense, we'll still have to look for the others.
Can't think of any people.
Maybe he at least knew what their original plans were, and we can at least have a direction. If once we
Awesome.
find Bern.
Done.
So, Seth?
So,
At some point, Morgan, would you be able to help me contact Seiyun like last time? I don't trust myself to be in the same room with her. But
I
also,
don't think we should return to her place either.
do you think we should wait for the full moon? Or
I would actually like. We should. I also have to do something during the full moon.
if you're okay with doing that, and my thing, as much as I want answers now,
Morgan,
I at least
for
I mean, the right sense.
clarification, the thing mentioned during the full moon is a couple months from now.
Oh, right, this would be a different full moon.
Yes.
My bad. Then yeah, I can do it.
Fuck
Okay,
it.
wouldn't
New
you
moon.
know it?
Let's
Fuck
go.
it. Let's go. All the things.
wouldn't you know it? I'm free.
You know what? Oh my god, you just opened a slot just opened up in my.
Who knows? Maybe she'll be more honest.
I don't know. I'm more worried about confronting her right now while I'm still reeling and fresh.
I think we should wait, and also we can put some distance between us and her.
Okay. Just I wanted your input because that was my, you know, if I had some liquid courage in me right now, I'd be like, let's fucking do this now, ripped off the band-aid. But my brain is telling me that I might make things more difficult for myself if I do that.
And I would love to try and protect us or make our position more difficult to find, but I don't think I have that much power in regard to a god.
Yeah. Especially a god of magic.
Not of magic.
Mm. Right. Sorry, keep making that mistake.
Just the daughter of magic.
Mm. Still, a mage nonetheless.
Powerful one. That for some reason I was important enough to make a fucking deal with a Flarkir. Morgan, maybe you can help me write down questions, because my mind is still reeling from everything.
Do you know how to write?
Yes, but not great, and you have a more... I didn't do a lot of critical thinking. I don't know, we both lived in the woods, but you, even though you're up to your own devices, most of the time seem to have developed a much better academic mind that I could ever dream of, so...
Well, yeah, I'd be happy to help.
Thank you. Maybe just help anyone sort through my thought. I don't do confrontation well, I don't think.
And maybe I can help whoever else is in this call get out of the wind tunnel they're experiencing.
Sorry.
Oh, the window's open. Hold on. There you go.
Hold please.
Oh, okay, thank you. Yeah, I'd be happy to help.
Again, thank you all for everything. Truly.
Yeah.
One thing after another, I swear.
One of these days we'll put out more fires than start around us.
Gods, I hope so.
Right, breakfast, then we'll head out.
Where are you heading?
Where are we headed? Yeah,
Yeah, south, right?
wherever is it the marshy area that we're heading to, or
Merkmeyer.
God, how the fuck do you get all the way over there? God damn.
To be fair, they had a couple days lead on us.
Yeah. I
And
guess
they were
the-
traveling by boat.
Yeah.
Oh, also, Brynja,
Oh.
I did a little research on my own in regards to your site.
Oh, yeah?
I don't know if that's helpful, but I was able to come up with some information regarding potentially controlling it better.
I mean, yeah, anything. I just have what I was taught, and how small of a view that was.
Well, it's a very closed practice, but I was able to find. I don't think you're gonna like this. The name of another tribe.
Okay.
Tribe of the Wolf Mother.
What have I heard?
They're
Didn't-
very
didn't Fr-
loving.
Didn't Frigg mention Wolf Mother when we were with her?
Yes. I don't
She
know if
did.
it's all connected, but I don't know. It might be something to look into. They apparently do not like outsiders.
Hmm.
But
Who
up there
knows?
in the green.
Maybe because if that's where Frigg's from, maybe that would give us some sort of at least audience. If we were to go in that direction, I mean, I would any information outside of my tribe about this gift, in order to actually use it and it not make me want to drink myself into a coma, is more than welcome and what I need, honestly. Thank you for looking that up. I didn't even, honestly, afternoon was a bit of a blur.
Well, I was thinking the best way to potentially help you with your drinking stuff is removing the cause.
That's a fair point.
Brina's gonna get up and come over, and she's gonna give you a
I'm
hug
sorry
from
if I
like behind.
seem too.
Aw.
Thank you again.
And who knows, if we make our way over to them, we might run into that trio again. That'd be nice.
My wife.
My wife.
My wife.
It would. Yeah, so just start heading south, and should we go to
Oh,
Mist View and then jump from there, or just go straight through?
How about
In-
switching maps? Because I'm still stuck on like the big. Can I switch maps?
Which one do you want to go to? The Elron map?
Yeah, I'll run.
I'm pretty sure.
Please tell me that's Jerry's farm.
Jerry.
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 Gary.
Jerry and his farm in Sibby's Mill.
So if I'm thinking correctly, this way and this way goes straight down to Merkmeyer.
Yeah.
Correct.
Like we can just go either if we can go over the river and then just straight down,
Yeah.
or just going past Jerry's farm and just follow the river down.
If I'm remembering the geometry correctly, I think this one is probably the closest to the floating island if we wanted to check that out.
Oh.
Whereas
Yeah.
this one I think is closer to one of the ebony stones.
He looked like he was along the coast, right? So I think going along the coast would probably be the best bet.
Especially in
Have
case
to
he
go
decides
for
to.
this view to do it.
Being on the southern side of Nyrverold, the coast could mean a lot of things.
Coast can mean a lot of things.
True.
Yeah. Especially.
This would be your down. This one would be your most direct route to the capital city of Merkmeyer, Gorthal.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas this one would take you kind of along the edge of the coast.
Especially with swamps, it kind of all looks like coast, I imagine.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That one would take you. The one on the far left would take you down to Fog Point instead of Gorthal.
Well, we can
What is-
start in one direction, and then we could always try not to overuse your power, Morgan. But on a day that we're just traveling, we can use the scry again to try and get more of a pinpoint location and adjust from there.
Oh, as an aside, it would behoove us one day, like if we're able to get through so much of this, and we just put down roots in a town for like a month.
Mm-hmm.
Crag and I have work to do.
Okay.
We have work to do.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
We worked on it
Especially
once
now
and never did again.
Especially now that I have basically
Oh,
all magic items
mhm.
that I create at half cost. We have work to
Mm.
do.
Yeah. Fair.
I thought about it too when I read that.
Morgan does not have a lot of PowerPoints, and your boy is looking to be decked out in some magic items.
Fair. And especially if we can find some rumors of other little trinkets that we could pick up along the way, that'd be pretty sick.
Anyway,
Yeah.
if I were, depending on what we're going for first, this is kind of Julian, this isn't so much Morgan. If I were trying to keep it on the down low and stay out of eye and scrutiny, I probably wouldn't go down the main road towards the main city. I'd probably go down the side of the coast.
Yeah. And especially,
Yeah.
I was just gonna say he's probably trying to put as much distance as he can from Shadow Shore.
Yeah, the rest of the Shatterclaws.
Mm-hmm. So I
Going-
imagine.
Yes.
Yeah.
How long were we in? How much time has passed?
That's a good point.
There was a I think a week and a half that we did our road trip. Then
No, but when we were in the
In the tower.
demiplane.
I only
16
counted it
days.
as an
An
hour.
hour.
So
Okay, so
about
what did you
16
say? What
days.
was
16.6 days.
16.6?
So-
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess I could ask someone what day is it?
Ish weeks.
yeah, 2 weeks and 2 days. So that's another
So-
head start he got as well.
Because I would think he's coming from the eastern side, so trying to see it like, is he closer to Gorthal or like,
Yeah.
I say it's been about 3 months roughly since they fled.
Shit, really?
Yup.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Yep.
God,
It's been
Britney
a
has
while.
been through
There's
the
a lot of
goddamn
time for him
ringer.
to have gotten pretty much anywhere.
Anywhere.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So the fact that he's still like not on Grimheart Isle is huge.
Yeah. Okay.
We can head in whatever direction you guys want. If there's a certain location you want to look at down there, and then we can always pop in and see.
Okay.
Adjust.
I mean, I have my own bias, but I'll defer to whatever the group thinks.
You like that floating island, don't you?
Not what I was referring to. The ebony stone
Oh,
that
right,
was
of
marked
course.
for us.
Oh yes, I would love to go there too.
If it's on the way, we might as well.
Have that be
Mm.
our goal, and then we can pop in on my brother every now and then to see
Right.
where he's at.
That's
Okay.
good.
Okay.
So you're taking the path to Mistview and then sticking to the coast? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so,
Mhm.
yeah.
Okay. Follow-up question. Brynja. When is your intent to contact Sayun? Is it this next full moon, or do you want more time in between?
Oh God. What do you guys think?
How far
It's
would
I
we
mean-
get
you.
on this next full moon?
Yeah,
What's
the
the
next
distance
full moon.
between us
It's
and
like a
Mistview
week out,
between
right?
Mistview is about 3 days from where you are. It's about a week out from the full moon right now.
I think that's a
Yeah.
good amount of time.
Because we would.
I think
we
so
would be,
too.
Yeah, because we would be just getting like, if it's like a week, we'll probably after a week of travel, we'd probably be just getting into Merkmile, right?
After about a week, you would definitely have just crossed the border.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Hell
Then
yeah.
I
think
think
Yeah.
that's-
Yeah. Then
It'd-
yeah,
it'd give you a chance to get some answers before we find your brother.
yeah, which would be ideal. So give me a week to cool down and travel and enjoy some sleep and think of some questions to ask this bitch
Yeah.
and think of it and go through a class with like it's sit down. All right, who has the best manners? It's like, how do I ask
Yeah.
this
Go through
question
fucking
without
sensitivity training.
No, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Sensitivity training.
I
So
asked
don't fly off the
this,
goddamn handle.
I asked this from a GM to player perspective on just
Mhm.
purely deciding on whether you want to do this interaction this session or if you want to wait until the next.
Hmm.
I can do it now if it's not, just while everything's fresh, or next time if it's easier for you.
I do not care either way. I'm asking you if you'd like time to think of questions. I'm fine with that.
Okay, let me think of some questions.
Got it. All right.
Cool.
Unless there's anything else you would like to do in Alron.
Just prepare, get
Goodbye,
things that we
Mr.
need.
Bug.
Workout routine.
Come on,
Yeah.
You begin your travels
I'll
south
join you.
to Merkmire. Before you lies an unknown road to an unknown part of the land that you've never been before.
Mhm.
And as your travels commence, the bard's music slowly comes to a close. The last few times we have met, my friends, I have discussed machinations, secrets, and knowledge, and fear that comes with them. But what we haven't discussed is how that knowledge and understanding can be altered. Facts are facts. But how that information is perceived can very heavily alter how well regarded it is. For example, a paladin sets out on a crusade. That is a fact. To the paladin, though, the crusade is a way to exercise justice and purge the lands of evil, bettering the world because of it. But to the heretic, the paladin's crusade is nothing more than a delusional spree of murder. There is more to formulating conclusions than just having all of the answers, my friends. Sometimes, to fully understand, you just need a new perspective. Good night, my friends.